All right, back here at the Out of Chicago Conference 2016, and we are here with Brian Peterson. So thank you for taking the time to,
My pleasure.
out of your busy day, and come down here.
Thank you very much.
So you're doing lots of stuff here. You're doing photo walks, you're doing classes, you're inspiring people. Tell me a little bit about your new book that you have that just came out.
It's the third edition of Learning to See Creatively, and the book's major emphasis is really about expanding your vision. It touches on certainly composition and exposure, but more than that, it touches on the practice of and the looking for elements of design, which would be things along the lines, of course, of line, shape, pattern, form, texture, and color.
Okay. I know I was following around the video guy last year, helping out Dustin that was following you, and we were wandering around the back there by the big moose and everything, and I love the way you see everything differently. You just, when you were walking, you have a whole different view of the world out there, and everyone had these aha moments. So what do you love most about teaching? So you do a lot of teaching here, so you've got...
Yeah, well, I think part of the reason I enjoy teaching is because the reaction of the students to what I consider to be a really wonderful world that we live in. And if I can expand their vision, then that's what really this is all about. And for that reason, I continue to teach around the world because it's something I'm really passionate about.
It was great just to, again, see you doing stuff. If you remember, you were like hanging off one of the construction kind of things, making believe you were flying, and take the shot, and they were taking shots, and their eyes just lit up. They're like, wow, that's really cool.
Well, and that was just an illustration of how using faster shutter speeds, the world of faster shutter speeds. When you're freezing action, more often than not, people have the tendency to think, okay, well, it's my son's football game, or it's a soccer game, whatever.
Exactly.
When in fact, there's a whole world of things that people could freeze if they would just be, again, a little more expanding in their thinking.
Yeah, just looking at it differently, exactly. Right. So you have a brand new website you're working on, so are there some great changes happening there?
Well, we're kind of taking off on the videos that I've been doing for a number of years, where my tagline at the end of those videos is, until next time, this is Brian Peterson saying, you keep shooting.
Excellent.
So I've trademarked You Keep Shooting.
Very cool.
And the website is youkeepshooting.com, and we are going to launch in September. And this website will be a huge library of videos, as well as an opportunity for the persons to participate in monthly videos.
Excellent.
8 brand new videos available only at youkeepshooting.com. A monthly photo contest, a big giant public forum, plus students will upload images each month, and then I will do random critiques. And many other things going on there as well.
The critiques are great. That's how you grow and learn. A lot of people hate them online, but you really need someone else to, look at your stuff, and do it correctly.
Well, we do that now at my other online photo school, which is bpsop.com. And every week we select images, and I have 2 of my instructors each week randomly critique these images. And the one thing that I really practice wholeheartedly, because otherwise you're doing people a disservice, we really don't hold back.
Yeah.
So we say, oh, this picture really sucks because of this and this and this. This is what you need to do to improve it. And likewise, when we see something that is truly magical, we don't waste any time and say there's absolutely nothing you can do to improve this. It is truly remarkable, and here's all the reasons why.
You nailed it, yeah.
So people understand what makes a photograph work and what needs to make a photograph work.
Exactly. So if there's one tip you could give viewers out there, that's like the one tip for better photography, what's your top tip that you like to give out?
Oh, it's an interesting question. We just talked about this yesterday, in fact. And the one thing that people really, in my mind, need to continually strive for is the openness, if that's even the right word to use, but to just be fully aware that you do have options in approaching your subject. And what I mean by that is not only do you have a whole bag full of different lenses, but you also have the opportunity to use different points of view. And I referred to this yesterday, that one of the most common things, and people used to say this years ago, is zoom with your feet. And in other words, get closer, move around. But likewise, I'm now suggesting people use their foot drone, which is another way of saying climb some stairs, climb a ladder, get up above and shoot down.
Yep, exactly.
More than anything, people need to embrace and understand the vision of their equipment. And I see this yesterday out in the field. I say, everybody put on your wide angle, and half of the students are going, now which one is that? What's the number on that? I'm thinking you should know this.
Yeah.
So know the vision of your equipment. So as you're walking down the street, you can see the vision that's in front of you and say, hey, how would that look with a wide angle? How would that look with a telephoto? So
Yep.
basically practicing the visual language of your equipment.
Yep. A lot of people don't ever learn their equipment.
they really
buy
don't.
new equipment. They'll,
Correct.
oh, I got a new body. And it's
Correct.
like, gotta learn it. It's
Yep.
most of the cameras don't have enough differences between them.
I've been
to
saying
upgrade.
this for years. If you're going to go live in France, you're going to speak French.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a photographer, you need to understand the language of your lenses.
Yep.
Otherwise, you're never going to speak photography.
Yep.
So rather than say, oh, I see a shot, but I don't know what lens to use.
Yeah.
That's like saying, oh, I love that country. I don't know what language they speak. Well, you're going to go find out by moving there. So
Exactly.
there you go.
So one last thing, what never fails to inspire you as a photographer?
What never fails to inspire me? Oh, gosh. I would say this. This may sound really strange to say, but if there was only one thing left in the world to photograph, and it was junkyards, I would be in hog heaven. Yeah.
I love junkyards.
Yeah, well, from the standpoint of approaching it primarily with a macro lens, and going there, and if I do that, I will come away with phenomenal landscapes that look like the Utah landscape. I'll come away with nudes from Playboy. I'll come away with textures that look like I'm close up to the redwood forest.
Yep.
It's a really remarkable place to be.
Totally agree. I'm from Arizona. There's all these old rusty junkyard
Well, you
kind
know
of
what I'm
things.
talking about.
So
Yeah.
we love going and shooting that stuff. You
I
can
tell
do-
students all the time, if you're stale and you can't find nothing to shoot, don't go to the mountains, don't go to the beaches, go to a junkyard.
Yep.
Take your macro lens, and you're going to have to be pulled away from there by the time you're done.
Exactly. Well, thank you very
My
much.
pleasure.
Have a great day today. And,
Thank you so much.
Tell everyone where they can find more about you. So you mentioned it earlier, so your website?
Yeah, well, the website, of course, bpsop.com is my online school, plus youkeepshooting.com, which will launch in September.
Excellent.
And then also, I should mention one more thing, Brian F. Peterson photoworkshops.com, which is my 2017 schedule, will be out Labor Day weekend of workshops around the world.
Well, Brian, it was great to have you.
Great.
Thank you, and
so
I'll see you
much.
later on.
Okay, take care.